Hey there, welcome everybody. We are in game 6 of our 1966 Koufax experiment, and we have some stats to show you. So far, the first month, April, these are our stats, compare and contrast here with what he did in actuality and what he did in the replay. We're replaying the 66 Koufax season. I believe he wins about 27 games, 300 innings pitched, 300 strikeouts in about 41 starts. I believe it's 41 starts. Well, let's take a look here. He's got the same identical record for the month of April, playing using the as close to the original lineups as we could. He's 3-1 in the month of April in our replay as well as in reality. In our replay, he's got a few more innings pitched, 44 innings versus reality at 36. He gave up 22 hits in the replay, in reality 30 hits, 6 runs in the replay and 7 runs in reality, 11 base on balls in the replay and 9 base on balls in reality, 49 strikeouts in our replay, whereas he has 36 strikeouts in reality. But remember that we pitched him 8 more innings. So he will get pulled if he has an inning where they, kind of start beating up on him a little bit. That hasn't really happened yet. The most runs he's given up is basically 3 runs in the first outing. In reality, he gave up 3 runs in his last outing. And that's pretty much what's going on here. So he's pretty close to what he did originally, and we're going to continue on with the month of May. Game 6, it's going to be versus the Giants. You're going to see Willie Mays and Orlando Cepeda still on the Giants. I believe he gets traded in this season to the Cardinals. At some point during the season, he gets traded to the Cardinals. But it has to be before June, because back then the trading deadline was not the 31st like it is now, but it was June. I believe it was June 15th. Now it's July 31st. So anyway, we're going to get started. It's going to be the Dodgers facing a pitcher named Bowlen. Bobby Bowlen. He's a grade B pitcher with a Y symbol for strikeouts. And we're going to get started. So it's going to be Maury Wills. That's a 64, and that's going to be a swing and a miss down on strikes. Next is Parker. That's a 66, so that's driven into the gap and cut off quickly by the center fielder, Mays. And what an arm, gets that in to hold Parker to a single. So Parker is held at first base there by an amazing throw, an amazing hustle by Willie Mays in center field. And the next batter is going to be Willie Davis. And here's the pitch from Bowlen. And there goes Parker. And he's safe under the tag, so he steals second base. And runner on second with 1 out. Here's Willie Davis. It's going to be a 64, and that's a curve that got him for strikeout number 2. And now it's Ron Fairley, who had an outstanding game against an outstanding game 5 of the Koufax experiment, where he went 4 for 4 with 2 2-run homers, and then he got pulled. Here is Ron Fairley, 51. That's a 9, and that's going to be a single, I believe, with a runner at second base. And it is, and runner scores. RBI single for Fairley. Throw home nowhere near in time. So Fairley's on at first. He's going to go station to station since he's slow. That's a 61. That's a ground ball. That's going to be a force out for out number 3. But it's 2 hits and 1 run for the Dodgers, and we go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Dodgers. And the Giants coming up to bat here at Candlestick Park. All right, it's going to be, let's see, Davenport. James Davenport. Utility infielder type. Say 62, and that's going to be a ground ball third baseman. Over to first, 1 away. Brown, 12, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 away. And Willie Mays, 44, and that's lined base hit for Mays. So Mays is on with a single. And it's Jim Hart, third baseman. He's got some power. And that's an 8. Off an 8, pitcher is a ground ball to the first baseman. Flips to the pitcher covering for out number 3. So the Giants leave 1 on, score none, go to the top of the second. 1-0 Dodgers. Excuse me, it's going to be Lefevre leading it off, 24. Curve got him. Strikeout number 3 for Bolin. Roseboro now, 32. That's a ground ball. Second base Davenport over to first, 2 away. And Oliver, second baseman for the Dodgers, 62. And that's a ground ball to the third baseman this time. Guns it across the diamond, out number 3. Go to the bottom of the second. Orlando Cepeda, who is the cleanup batter. And that's a swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Koufax. Here's Peterson. It's a weak grounder to Oliver at second. 2 away. And it's Bob Barton, the catcher. It's going to be a 52. And Curve got him. 3 up, 3 down. Go to top of the third. It's going to be Sandy Koufax leading it off. 63, and that's a strikeout. Here's Maury Wills, the pitch from Bolin. And that's lined base hit for Wills. He's 1 for 2 on the day, and Parker, who singled and stole a base and scored a run in the first inning, is up. And that's a 33, and that's going to be driven into the gap. Let's see what happens. 26, and that's going to roll to the wall. And they're going to wave. They're going to wave Wills. Here's the throw home, and he is safe. RBI double for Wes Parker gives the Dodgers a 2-0 lead in the top of the third. Here's Willie Davis. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop Lanier looks at Parker back to second, over to first, 2 away. And Ron Fairley now. It's a 42, and that's ball 4. First and second. Johnson, who's 0 for 1, hit into a force out. 2 outs, first and second, top of the third, 2-0 Dodgers. Here's the pitch, and that's lifted to center field. Back goes Mays, makes a nice catch for out number 3. But the Dodgers do pick up again another run on 2 hits, and they lead at 2-0 going to the bottom of the third. It's going to be the shortstop, Hal Lanier. Normally a second baseman, but playing shortstop today. It's a 21. That's lifted to left. Johnson there, 1 away. Bowling the pitcher. 35. That's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4. And now it's Davenport. It's a 56, and that's a swing and a miss. Number 5. 3 up, 3 down again for Sandy Koufax. Lefevre now. Lefevre struck out in his first at bat. It's a 44, and that's line base hit for Lefevre. He's on at first. He's slow, so he's going to be moving station to station. Roseboro grounds one to the shortstop. The only play is to first. Gets Roseboro by a step. Oliver with a runner on second. Fly ball, left field. Left fielder Peterson waits for it. 2 outs. And it's Koufax. 25, and that's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5. And the Dodgers strand one here in the top of the 4th, but they lead it 2-0. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Downtown Brown, Ollie Downtown Brown. He struck out in his first at bat, and that's gets a hold of one and drives it into the gap. And that's going to be out of here. Home run for Brown. Makes it a 2-1 ball game. And Koufax wishes he had that pitch back. And here's Mays. Mays grounds it to the shortstop. Wills gets rid of it quickly. 1 away. Hart now. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. And Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda struck out in his first at bat. And he lifts it to center. Taking a few steps back is Davis. And that's out number 3. But the Giants pick up a run on the home run by downtown Ollie Brown. And it's a 2-1 Dodger lead. And for the Dodgers, it's going to be Wills. He grounds it to shortstop Lanier over to first. 1 away. Wes Parker, who is 2 for 2, and he grounds it to the back to the pitcher. Feels his position over to first. 2 down, and that's lifted to center. Mays is there. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 ball game. In the bottom of the 5th for the Giants is going to be the left fielder Peterson, Barton, and Lanier. Here's the pitch to Peterson, and that's a 8 on an 8 pitch here. That's popped up to the third baseman. And Lefevre waits for it, and 1 away. 56, and that's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7. 2 away. Lanier. And that's going to be a ground ball shortstop. Wills. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 6th. Ron Fairley. Ron Fairley is 1 for 1. He singled in Parker in the first inning for the first Dodger run. He lifts one to center. Mays. 1 away. Louis Johnson lifts one to left. That's going to be Peterson. 2 away. And it's Lefevre. Lefevre's 1 for 2. He's singled. And he lines another one here. 2 hits today for Lefevre. 2 for 3. 2 out. Roseboro, the batter. That's a 61, a 38. And that's going to be a ball. The pitch, 46, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 6. No runs. They leave 1 here in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Dodgers. It's going to be Bolin leading it off. That's a 63, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 8. Davenport, the leadoff batter, 21. He lifts it to left. Over, moving towards the line is Johnson. He's right there. And here's Brown, 42, and that's a strikeout. So number 9 for Koufax. And after 6 innings of play, it's 2-1 Dodgers. We'll go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Oliver, Koufax, and Wills here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 ball game. That's a ground ball, second base. Over is Davenport. 1 away. Koufax. That's a ground ball, third base. Hart. 2 down. And it's Wills. Wills is 1 for 3. And here he strokes one up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Maury Wills, and it's going to be Wes Parker now. Wes Parker lifts it to center field. Mays coming in and makes a nice running catch for out number 3. Go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Mays leading it off. Mays is 1 for 2. It's a 32. It's a ground ball to Oliver. Over to Parker, 1 away. Jim Hart, the batter. Oh, he's 0 for 2 on the day. That's a 25. That's an 8. On an 8 pitcher, that's a pop-up. It's going to be to the third baseman. 2 away. It's Orlando Cepeda with good power. 1 at 66. That's a 56, and he's down on strikes. And that's strikeout number 10 for Koufax. 3 up, 3 down once again. Go to the top of the 8th. Koufax would feel better if you had a couple extra insurance runs. Who is this? Willie Davis. Boland's still in the game. It's going to be a ground ball, second baseman. Davenport. Over to Cepeda, 1 away. Next is going to be Fairley, 16. Never added these up. 14, 18, 19, 25, 32, 33. So 16 is going to be a single, and it's misplayed by Mays. And over to second goes Fairley. So a single and an error on Willie Mays, and to second goes Fairley. He's going to play it safe over there. And Sweet Lou Johnson, ground ball to the shortstop. Lanier looks Fairley back to second. And it's going to be Lefevre now with 2 outs. It's going to be a 24, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Dodgers leave a runner in scoring position. And go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 2-1 Dodger lead. It's going to be Peterson leading it off. It's a 44. It's going to be a pop-up again to the third baseman, third one. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Sandy Koufax has given up but 2 hits and no walks in this game. 34, that's lifted to center field. Mays a few steps back and makes the catch. 2 away, and now it's Hal Lanier. And that's lifted to center. Again, Mays waits for it, and out number 3, so 3 up, 3 down once again. We go to the top of the 9th, 2-1 ball game. Dodgers are up. Sandy Koufax is in line to win his 4th game in our replay, matching the record that he had in actuality. Actually, there is no decision in this game, so if he wins it here, he's ahead of his record in actuality, because he pitched only 1 inning in this game, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits and a walk, struck out none. Doing way better in our replay. It's going to be Gabby Roseboro, 22, and that's line base hit for Roseboro. Giants and Dodgers, man, yes. Great matchup. Playing 66. Crazy, I love it. Learning all these names and bringing them back to life, huh? Don't let them disappear, right? Bring them back, use them, play them, talk about them, learn about them. Love it. All right, so it's going to be Oliver. with Roseboro, who's average speed. And that's going to be a 31. It's going to be ball 4. So it looks like they're going to have a, you know what, they're going to leave bowling in. Too late in the game to worry about that. Koufax is going to bunt. Say 45, that's a 14 on a bunt. It's probably 2 balls. I'm not totally sure what it is, but we got to look. Runners on first and second. Runners on first and second. Base on balls. So the bases are loaded. Walks the pitcher. And man, that's going to require a pitching change for sure. Going to bring in McDaniel if we have them. Don't know who we have here. These are the. That's not it. Here it is. These are the Giants players. Pretty and McDaniel. There's Lindy McDaniel. He's going to come in. He's a righty. Born in Hollis, Oklahoma. He's a B, so pretty decent pitcher. McDaniel. Write him in. He is a B and a Y and a Z. And for this first batter, we're going to make him an A. Bases loaded. The infield's going to be in. The infield's going to be in. Here's the pitch, 56 to Wills. And that's a strikeout for McDaniel. 1 away now. Hey Bob, man, I'm glad. Koufax is the man. I did the stats at the beginning of the game. I'll repeat them in a couple minutes. The game's almost over. All right, it's Wes Parker now. Bases are loaded. The infield is in. And here's the pitch to Parker. 21. That's lifted to left. Left fielder is a 1 with the bases loaded. It's a big run if the Dodgers can get it in. Let's see what happens here. No, not deep enough. And Roseboro is going to hold. So that's a tough one for the Dodgers. Hit a fly ball, but it just wasn't deep enough to get him in there. So there's 2 outs now. So McDaniel's doing his job. Bases loaded, jam, and comes in and strikes out Wills, and now gets Parker to fly out to shallow left. And here goes Willie Davis. Big opportunity for Davis to get an insurance run for Koufax. And no, that's lifted to center field. And Mays comes in a step and puts it away. So after loading the bases, the Dodgers failed to score and leave 3 men on here in a 2-1 ball game. They're up 2-1, but it's up to Koufax to keep the Giants in check here in the bottom of the 9th. See what happens. So it's gonna be a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter for the Giants. Let's have some fun here. Stretch McCovey. Take a look at this card. 1 at 11, 1 at 66, 4 at 33, at 6 at 22, and guess who's coming to bat? Willie McCovey will bat for McDaniel. Bottom of the 9th. This is going to be exciting. See what happens. There we go. All right, it's Koufax. Koufax has given up 2 hits, no walks, and he's struck out 10 so far in this game. He's going to face Stretch McCovey. Lefty batter, so it's lefty versus lefty. And that's a 13, so McCovey's going to walk. He's on at first. He's slow, so we're going to get a pinch runner. since that is the tying run, find somebody with some speed, with some wheels, and it's Landrum, Don Landrum, outfielder. He's pretty fast. He's got an F on his card. So Landrum runs for McCovey. Bottom of the ninth. All right. So there he is. So McCovey walks, and it's going to be the top of the order now. Davenport. Davenport is going to bunt 33, and that's a successful bunt. So over to second goes Landrum, one away, and now it's up to Brown and Mays to drive him in. Let's see what happens. Here's the pitch from Koufax to Brown with the tying run at second base. And the speedy Landrum, and that's a 63, and that's lifted to left field. Johnson is there. Pounds the glove and puts it away for out number 2. It's up to Willie Mays now. Now, if we walk Willie Mays, right, we're putting the go-ahead run on base. If we pitch to Mays, well, we're facing a pretty formidable batter. A 1 at 11, a 1 at 66, a 4 at 33 with a runner at second. Let's see what happens. A 4 would be a triple. A 6 would bring him home, bring the tying run. Or we could pitch to Jim Hart, who's a pretty good hitter himself. He's got a 0 at 11. That could lead to a single. Tough decision. Decisions. Do we pitch to Willie Mays here? Willie Mays from Westfield, Alabama. And Jim Hart from Hookertown, North Carolina. Decisions. You know what? I think we're going to pitch to Hart. We're going to walk Willie Mays. Intentional walk for Willie Mays and see what would have happened, because I know in APA they tell you to do that. Roll the dice. 66. There it is. Yes. Look what happened. We rolled a 66. It would have been a 2-run walk-off. Game over. Luckily, we walked Mays, so the runner's on first and second. Really, that's small, huh? Hookerton, North Carolina. All right, is that on the East Coast, or is that more towards the west? Like towards Chapel Hill in that area? I wonder. Who knows? Anyway, all right, here's the pitch to Hart from our boy Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax has been dealing. East Coast, okay. All right, here goes. 31, that's a 9 with the runners on first and second against an AC pitcher. A 9 is a ground ball right back to Koufax. Feels his position over to first, and that's the ball game. Koufax pitches a 2-hitter, walks 2, strikes out 10. No run, shuts out the Giants on a 2-hitter. Goes to complete 9. Let's look at that. This is what he did originally in this game. He had a no decision. Here he gets a win. And thanks to walking Mays, he got the win, right? Yeah, that was a crazy game at the end there. So in the original, in his actual outing, he pitched 1 1/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Here he went 9, 2-hitter, no runs, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. So this were the stats I was looking at before at the beginning. I'll kind of go over them again. In the replay, he's got a 3-1 record in actuality up to this point, without counting this game, because this is the month of May. I'm going to start a new card on this. He was 3-1 as well, so he's actually kind of exactly matching the record that he had in reality. He has 44 innings in the replay, 36 in reality. He had 30 hits in reality, but he has 22 in the replay. 7 runs versus 6 runs. 9 walks versus 11 walks in the replay. And then in the reality, he had 36 strikeouts, and in the replay, he had 49. And that's going to move ahead now because he's had 10 strikeouts in this game, which will put him at 59. And in reality, he had none, so he stays at 36 going into the month of May. So we got to get another card for the month of May. We're going to do that. So let's write this down. So he had a no decision in the in reality. In the replay, so he had no decision. He went 1.1, 4, 4, 1, and 0. But in our replay, he got the win. And he went 9 and 2 and 0 and 2 and 10 strikeouts. So there you go, month of May. And we're going to keep this up. We're going to play, I believe we play the Phillies next. So that'll be fun. I don't know who's on the Phillies in 66. I know absolutely nothing about these teams. This is a little bit before my time, but I really like, yeah. If you're talking about his stats, they're monstrous stats, man. Over 300 strikeouts, over 300 innings pitched, like 27 wins. Just crazy. So the month of May, we are back in the month. We are now to the month of May, and this is game number 6. So we're going to start setting up things for games 7, 8, and 9, and that's it for our replay. See how it goes the rest of the way. Got to do 41 starts. Okay, cool. Richie Allen. Interesting. All right. So listen, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, because I got this machine here that's not supposed to be blowing cold air, but it's not. Some old, big old contraption Honeywell that I bought at Lowe's, and it's hot. So real hot. So I don't know what's going on. I got 2 fans blowing at me. I'm still hot as can be in here. This thing, I put ice in it. You put ice, it's a bit. It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like the robot from Lost in Space. I bought this thing at Lowe's. It's the same size as the robot from Lost in Space. I can't remember the robot's name. But that's what my cooler looks like. And you fill it up with water. It's got a tank on the side. You fill it up with water and ice, and it's supposed to keep you cool, but it's not working. So I'm sweating. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, and have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon, and adios, hasta la vista, arrivederci, au revoir, goodbye, sayonara, and all the other fun stuff. Combat Painter signing off, the Combat Painter Summer Tabletop Baseball channel. Replaying Koufax. Take care, Bob. Take care, Jerry. Replaying the Koufax 1966 season. Adios.